Back on Inside Tennessee, we're going to get to some political and public affairs questions. But John, just some closing thoughts on those three charities from your perspective.
Every season I am struck by the phenomenal work that they do and the need that's out there. You all know that. It's just incredible what needs to be done, and if it weren't for them, I shudder.
Indeed. I want to get to some news that happened this week, and it has to do with the Tennessee Attorney General's office and a move to say, wait a minute, something is amiss with Taylor Swift's concert deal.
Yeah, so we have a new Attorney General. He just started late this summer, and I got to give him props. In terms of an issue I think that everybody can relate to, it's frustrations with Ticketmaster, and thanks to Taylor Swift's concert tour sale that would just turn into be a complete disaster, we've got the Tennessee Attorney General making national headlines saying, you know, I think we'll take a look at Ticketmaster and what promises they've made. It actually, I don't mean to be silly when I say it, it's actually a significant thing that a lot of people are going to pay attention to.
This is something we've heard from lawmakers at the congressional level, House and Senate, talking about. Is this a monopoly? Do we need to look at more regulation here? Is there anything to compare it to that we've seen in the past?
That is a great question. I'm trying to think because it's so from start to finish. They control the process so much anymore that the consumer is utterly at their mercy. It's hard to think of something. There's probably something out there, though.
I feel like airline deregulation or something like that way in the past might have some parallels, but lawyers smarter than me will figure that out. John, we are going to see at the local level a new leader of the Knox County GOP sometime soon. It's
going to be interesting because you've got sort of the way things always were with the Knox County GOP, sort of the traditional Republican leader. The last two, maybe not so, maybe kind of out-of-towners who have then come in and led. And so now we've got a vacancy. Who's it going to be? You know, some of our friends at Compass have suggested it might be Kyle Ward, a Knox County commissioner. That would be interesting. He's young. You know, he might bring some energy. I wait for the traditional person to kind of step up, but maybe they don't want traditional anymore.
Daniel Herrera was elected seemingly because he had a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and also was promising to run candidates in the city elections on the Republican side to make some waves and at least maybe some progress there.
He touts that. A lot of city people were like, yeah, good luck with that. I don't know what real impact it had. It got Democrats fired up.
It certainly did. Well, we appreciate you watching on this Thanksgiving weekend Inside Tennessee. If you've missed any episodes, you can always head to the Inside Tennessee web page right at WBIR.com. We're going to be back next week and sort of start to set the table, if you will, for the legislative session to come. We'll have some members of the House from our local delegation next week, and the following week some members of the Senate. Until then, happy Thanksgiving, John, and we will see you next week here on Inside Tennessee.